How's everybody doing today? This is Solo the Network Kid in Bakersfield, California, coming at you live. Just walking around. There's nothing better to do in the Matrix than to walk around and observe. Just see people drive right by, you know, opportunities to speak to people and interact with people as one as we are. But they're in such a rush because they've been indoctrinated to be in a rush. They've been indoctrinated to have, you know, a time schedule. You know, in my humble opinion, time is an illusion. You know, if we went back to the past or we went into the future, it wouldn't be the future or the past, it would be the present. It would be the now. Now's the only time frame we have. And so many things are, you know, so much work and so much funding is put in to keep us from that vital truth of our life. And probably to keep, you know, the 1% in the position that it's in of control and power. So people are just driving by, oblivious in the future and in the past, and they don't even know it. Their minds are clouded with the past and the future because they were taught that. In the Matrix. I'm not in the Matrix. I'm out of the Matrix. I see the illusions for what they are, not for what I am told they are, not for what is propagated in the media or by the politicians or by the celebrities as icons of a voice to believe in. Rules and regulations everywhere, and we thought it was for our safety. We thought it was for our best interest. We thought it was to protect us. But we're slowly waking up to the fact that it wasn't. There was no protection or safety involved in that at all. Only control and power. Which is why things were created that way. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm not in the Matrix. I'm unplugged from the Matrix. I see things for what they are on a daily basis. It makes me sad, you know, but it makes me happy because I'm optimistic as well. I'm optimistic that we can overcome this. I'm optimistic that we can come together in unity and fight these tactics of separation and division to keep us divided, to keep us from perpetuating the Agenda 21 of the elitists ourselves. To stand together as one infinite consciousness and one infinite energy as we are, against what's wrong and standing up for what's right. This entire block is banks and insurance companies. When there's homeless people out here, it's freezing and starving. Does anybody else see a problem with that? Does anybody else see anything hypocritical about that? I'm trying to move as little as possible, you know, so I have a steady video for everybody to watch and everybody to listen, you know, to what I'm talking about. It pains me every day to wake up to this world. I know things are getting better, but are they getting better fast enough? Because the things that threaten this world are not taking a day off. They're not taking a holiday break. But they're having us take one. And for what? I hope all of you out there can see an urgency inside of you to stop playing the game and unplug from the Matrix with all my heart, for the betterment of yourself, your family, and humanity as a whole. Because that's the only way that we can overcome the diversity that we face. That's the only way that we can overcome what is going on in front of our face every single day. But we're blinded by distractions, we're blinded by entertainment, we're blinded by propaganda in the media, by puppets that are anchors of CNN and Fox News and MSNBC and the BBC. They just tell us what they want us to hear. It's approved by a higher echelon to maintain a status quo of power and control by means of corruption, by means of altered documents, by means of deception, manipulation, mass murder, genocide, and just a complete manipulation and deceptive system that we've been placed into since birth. And the only way for us to overcome that and to take ourselves out of that is to come together as one. One consciousness, one message, and one movement, which is truth, awareness, and infinite love outside of the lower vibrations of consciousness. Staying in the now instead of allowing ourselves to be pulled into the past and the future. It's very important that we're able to do that, and we consciously work on a daily basis to make that happen. Because if we don't, the things that are happening in our lives are going to continue to happen, and they're going to exponentially get worse over time. Our rights and our liberties are going to continue to be infringed upon and taken away from us with false flag attacks like the last 2 years. Like executive orders signed from a president that's just a puppet of elitists that have been in control and power for the last 2,000 years. Our world is going to slowly continue to crumble in front of our eyes. And every day we see it for what it is, it's just going to be harder and harder to rectify and remedy the things that were done to us and the things that were done to our society and to our people as a whole. The more we continue to enable and contribute to the lies and deception and manipulation that we face every single day. I stand up for what's truth. I stand up for unity. I stand up for standing against what's wrong. Not allowing misinformation or disinformation or separation or division tactics to be perpetuated in society. Not allowing people to lie when I'm around. Not allowing people to spread propaganda, whether they know it or not. And not being deterred by living in a world of people who are oblivious to the things that are going on around me and around us every single day. And allowing that to control my mission to stand up for truth and what's right and against what's wrong. I'm not deterred from that at all. It only fuels my fire. It only makes me go harder. It only encourages me to continue on and have perseverance through this war of consciousness, this war of manipulation, deception, being told what's right and wrong, people coming out with the truth and being detained for nothing because a president, a tyrannical president, signed an executive order of anybody that speaks out against their agenda is wrong and is a criminal, is a terrorist. It didn't start from 9/11, but 9/11 was a very big piece of the pie that created the tyrannical, totalitarian world that we live in nowadays, that virtually everywhere you see a police state, where the police seem to have arbitrary powers to do whatever they want. whenever they want, wherever they want, to whoever they want. Like they've done in this town to David Silva and James Moore, Jorge Ramirez. In this state to Ernest Dunez Jr., who was shot 16 times by a police officer because he was stuck in a seatbelt in the passenger side when a police officer threatened him to get out of his vehicle at gunpoint. These atrocious acts that are perpetuated in our communities and in our world every single day, they need to stop. They need to end. We need to end them. We need to stand up for what's right and go against them. We need to stop allowing these things to blindly happen and stand up for what's right. We need to stand together. You're not alone, so don't think you're alone. You know, if you just want to be willfully ignorant and blind to what's going on in front of your face every day out of fear because you don't feel like there's anything you could do about it, you don't feel like your voice will be heard, or you don't feel like people will be there with you in power of numbers to give you a sense of comfort that you're doing the right thing, then you're wrong. Because people are waking up every second, every day. This video could wake somebody up, you know, and I haven't even really put a whole lot of facts into it. Just speaking. I'm just speaking to the world, you know. I'm just putting a message of truth and enlightenment and oneness out there to the world, to my brothers and sisters all around the world. That our word is growing, our word is going stronger. More people are joining the movement, and more people are seeing the deception and manipulation going on all around the world in front of our eyes every single day. So I urge everybody to just be open-minded, do research, question some of the things you've been told or all of the things you've been told. Do research on everything you've been told. Do research on everything. Do research on what I'm telling you right now, so that the truth is yours, so it's not something that's forced upon you like our government and public servants in our societies do every day. They force the truth upon us. They force us to see things a certain way. They force us to live a certain way. We're living in a controlled, engineered society, and most people don't even know it. This country's been bankrupt for 80 years. 1913, our gold was stolen. All of our gold had to be handed in to the Federal Reserve banks by order of President Woodrow Wilson. And then in 1933, 20 years later, they completely took over with the Federal Reserve Act. Same year was the Social Security Act. Title 42, Section 666 of U.S. Code. See anything coincidental about that number? All of you out there are talking about the mark of the beast and, you know, the chip being the mark of the beast. In my opinion, it's the name. It's the all capitalized name. It's the Social Security number. That was the number by definition that said if you do not have this number, you cannot do business in this country, which is the United States Corporation, incorporated in 1871, colony of Great Britain. A lot of you people out there wonder why the police do what they do, why they've been doing what they do since we've been alive. It's because they don't operate under our government. They don't operate under our country. They operate under the British Crown. The British Crown owns the police forces and law enforcement around the world. Apparently it was a lie that they were our public servants, that they worked for us, that they protected us. They're officers of the court, just like lawyers and DA and prosecutors and judges are. under Admiralty Maritime Canon Law. Look it up. Your name is not you, it's a straw man. It's a fictitious entity, just like Mr. and Mrs. It was a way that they could deceptively place us into a system of commercial law, which is Uniform Commercial Code. Everything is commerce. If you look around, everybody worships money. Everybody thinks about the good life. Everybody wants to be billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires and have the nicest car for their egos so they can show their friends that I got a new car, I got a new Beamer, a BMW, a Benz, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari. But that doesn't really make you who you are. You make you who you are. And we make each other who we are by encouraging each other to go after our goals, go after our dreams. We encourage each other to stand up for the truth like we're doing right now. We encourage each other every single day we wake up that we're here for one another. We don't divide each other like we do, like we see every single day. We don't have division and separation tactics like we see every single day. That's what we're here for. We're here for love. We're here to love one another. We're not here to love things. We're not here to love materialistic crap. We don't even need those things. We're here to interact with each other. We're here to have human connections, synergetic connections with each other. We're here to change this world. We're here to make it a better place for all of us. Not just people that live in the United States. People that don't even have any food overseas. People whose lands are being just infiltrated and trespassed on by military forces every day at gunpoint. People killing women and children every day over resources, just stealing and pillaging, raping and pillaging lands for foreign and government control and power. It's fucking ridiculous. It goes on every single day, and I don't see anybody doing nothing about it. I see everybody just continuing their lives of illusions, their lives of indoctrination. So this guy looking at me over here, so he doesn't know what I'm doing. He's like, why does that guy have a camera right there? Why is that guy out here in pitch black, in the dark, talking to himself? He's crazy. Well, you know what? Elvis Presley said, everybody's gonna think you're crazy if you're doing things and speaking of things that they don't know about. And that's the truth. A lot of you guys feel like, say you're living the truth, but are you really? Do you ever question your truth? Do you ever question what you know? Do you ever question the things that are being told to you? If the answer is no to those things, then maybe you should question why. Maybe you should question why you live in a society that tells you not to question your beliefs, to tell you not to question authority, to tell you not to question the things that you're told every single day, that are propagated to you with deception and manipulation undertones every single day. Why? Like Jadakiss said, why? Question why. Question how. And wake up to truth. Love and light, brothers and sisters. We are all one. Namaste.